Stories from Saint Sharbel, from his contemporaries to our own era. Chapter 1, Part 2, 19. The Miracle of 1865. In 1865, locusts invaded the district of Batroun, yet the government took no action against them. The monks tried in vain to drive them out, but they did not succeed. Father Mishmish, the superior of the monastery of Hanaya, ordered Father Sharbel to bless water and sprinkle the properties of the monastery, so as to prevent the locusts from destroying the crops and the trees. Sharbel walked through the field, sprinkling it with holy water. Turning to the locusts, he said, "Blessed are you, eat from what is wild and not what is edible." In this way, God preserved the crops and the mulberry trees of the monastery from damage caused by the locusts. Chapter 1, Part 3, 9. Water in the Lantern. When Sharbel was at the monastery during the period of Father Mishmish, superior of Hanaya, he worked in the field as one of the lowest servants. One night, he was watching the goats, and it was harvest time. While in the monastery, there was a group of 30 reapers having their dinner. The servants bustled to serve the tables. The dispenser was eager to serve the reapers. This was when Father Sharbel came and asked him, before the whole crowd, to fill his lantern with oil. The dispenser scolded him and said, "Why did you come in the daytime?" He replied, "I was in the field." The dispenser replied, "As a punishment, I will not give you oil for tonight. Go away." He obeyed and returned to his cell. The servant, however, placed a bench transversely to block his way, so Father Sharbel stumbled and fell to the ground without complaining. Seba, who was only 13 years old and was a servant in the monastery, went up to him and asked him for the lantern, pretending that he wanted to fill it with oil, but in reality he poured water into it, from a metal container where they put the ashes. Father Sharbel took the lamp and lit it, and it was lit. Meanwhile, in the absence of Father Sharbel, the use of the oil had been prohibited. It was a strict order from the superior to all the monks not to light their lanterns after the bell rings for sleep. That night, the superior woke up because he needed something. As he was leaving, he saw a light lit and went straight to see from where it came from. It was from the cell of Father Sharbel. He told him, "Didn't you hear the bell? Why haven't you turned off your lantern? Haven't you taken the vow of poverty?" Sharbel immediately knelt down and begged forgiveness and said, "I came back from the field and tried to finish my prayer, and I am not aware of this ban." Seba, who was close to the cell, said to the superior, "I really wanted to fill the lantern of Father Sharbel with oil, but the dispenser refused. On my return, I saw the metal tube, and I filled the lamp with water. The superior opened the lamp and made sure it was water." The superior could not restrain his feelings, went and told all the brothers in the monastery, and this fact spread throughout the monastery. After this event, in the morning, the superior called Father Sharbel and said, "If you want to serve the hermits, I give you permission." Father Sharbel replied, "There is a big difference between my desire and the superior's orders. I made a vow, and I do not work according to my will, because my will doesn't belong to me anymore. But if you order me, I will obey and go." The superior replied, "Go." Father Sharbel knelt, asking his blessing. So he recited a prayer and blessed him. He drew closer, expressing his gratitude. Then he hastened and gathered his spiritual and prayer books, his mat and blanket, tied them up with a cord, put the burden on his back, entered the church to visit the Blessed Sacrament, and walked towards the hermitage.